sent me to.
We are now live on YouTube. I will resend you the link if the link is wrong.
Okay, the link is wrong, but hey guys, you're watching Daniel and Gian talk coronavirus live episode 3, and today we're keeping it easy. We're keeping it sleazy, guys. Uh, let's talk about how many of you guys out there have already signed up for your free Pornhub account. Because as we all know, Pornhub trying to keep people nice and
Well,
quarantined.
in Italy, the views have skyrocketed. Apparently,
Well,
apparently, apparently.
they're gonna destroy the server here. The server's gonna go down here because nobody consumes porn the way we consume porn in this country.
I don't know
Uh,
about that. I think it's a very universal human thing. It's just everyone does.
I feel like the only country that outdoes America in porn is India.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say that. And they're on lockdown now, so I'm telling you, they might surpass us.
Yeah, they're definitely taking. I hope you guys are taking advantage of that free porn hub.
You
But
know, I don't see to be honest, I don't see the need for it. I'm usually I'm fine. I'm content with what the website gives me.
well, that all that tells me is that you haven't spent too much time on the premium end of things.
Well, first of all,
You
I
know?
don't like budgeted porn. It's not my thing. So like,
Oh, so you like that fake amateur shit?
no, 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 not fake, real. That's the
No,
whole
I mean it's
thing.
real because they're really having sex, but I don't think it's real.
It depends on who you. It depends on who you're.
Well, you can always tell if it's real or not by the quality of the girls. Like if the girls are like straight tore up and look like someone that would actually talk to you, then yeah, that's real amateur. But if they're still like real pretty and polished, no,
That's very rude of you to.
not, that's
We live in the day and age where you don't need. You can have your own system on your own computer and laptop. There's plenty of bitches making a living off their phones. Let's just put it
how
that
dare you
way.
say bitches, bro?
Well,
Oh, you mean all these Instagram girls pretending like they're not camming, and they're like, oh,
I don't think
if you want
people
to see
pretend
more
anymore.
pictures,
I
follow
don't know.
me on my
Maybe
personal
I'm on
Snapchat.
Reddit too much. Maybe that's what it is.
You're getting all the unlocked stuff. Yeah. No, I think there's something. I think there's something to people like, you know, feeling like the person is real because I think in the back of their mind they feel like they have a chance. Like maybe if we ran into each other in real life, this girl would actually touch my pee pee.
That's not
Yeah.
what I think at all. I'm just not a fan of like fucking super fake tits and like just I don't know. That doesn't there's too polished. It's too maybe it's the dudes. Maybe it's that's what it is. Cuz
you don't like these dudes.
in professional porn they all have 15-inch dicks and maybe that's what it is. In the
All
amateur
right.
porn it's
So you like that? You like that guy his gut is so big he can't see his dick, he's balding and he's got a ponytail going on,
no.
like
No.
plowing these 19-year
Not
old girls
not at
missing a
all.
tooth and shit.
No,
Skinny, but
not at
she
all.
got cellulite all over the place. That's what I think of. That's what it sounds like to me.
No, I see the other thing is too, you don't see the guys very often in amateur shit cuz usually they're the ones holding the camera. So,
Oh, so you're like that POV stuff is what you're saying.
no, that's amateur though.
Because then you're like for you, it's like, oh, I could pretend this is me
What's with you
right
and the
now.
pretending? It's maybe that's your thing. I have yet to mention that one time.
No, dude, I like the polished stuff, man. I like the
I know,
professional,
cause you
you
you grew
know,
up watching shit from the '70s, where
from the 70s. I grew up watching whatever I could get my hands on,
yeah,
sir.
shit from the '70s
All right.
that was on
The
VHS.
70s through the late 90s. All right. I have a plethora of memories
You
that I
were
don't revisit.
magazines and VHS tapes.
And DVDs. And DVDs. We
I
got to
guess
DVDs, man.
maybe, not
They would
Blu-rays
sell the
though.
DVDs. No, definitely not Blu-rays. Definitely not Blu-rays.
Brainless Tumor asked, Daniel, do you have your weed stocked up? So, you know what? That's one thing that's considered an essential in the state of California. They are not closing dispensaries
Oh,
down.
no, that's not what it is. That there's rumors going around that they're running out of weed. Like I got an email from Nug today saying that,
Running out of weed.
yeah, well, people aren't able to grow and stuff. Look it up, man. Look it up.
That's what I
Hey
have to
guys,
say to that.
I,
Because you
I
know
want
why?
you
You know why I have
I
to say
want you guys to take Daniel's opinion right now with a grain of salt. He's only been smoking weed for about 6 months now, and now he thinks he's a
six
fucking professional.
months.
He thinks he's a fucking pro now.
Well, first
Fucking
of all, you're going down the wrong path. All I was gonna say is, if California's out, Cartel is not. Cartel didn't run out of weed. Cartel doesn't have coronavirus. That's Californians will be fine. They were. I was able to procure weed before I had a medical card, so I will be able to be just fine. I have friends who do that for a living. Let's see what else. What are we missing in the comments? I'm just gonna read questions and then we'll go rapid fire. Gade asks, "What's your take on Jabi Koe?" I think we've talked about him before in the past on previous
we're
videos.
fine. We're fine with Jabby Koei.
Yeah,
Jabby Koei. We had a little bit of minor internet beef with him, but
but
he
ego,
definitely
ego,
yeah
ego. It was the ego beef. Me specifically.
yeah. But he was the bigger person and reached out and kind of buried the hatchet to a certain extent. So we're good with him. He's fine. I mean, I haven't checked his numbers lately. I don't know if those other guys,
I'm sure he's fine.
yeah, he's fine. I mean, I don't know if was OSR. I don't know if OSR has surpassed him yet, but when it comes to Americans reacting to Indian content, Jabby's got the market cornered. He's he was the top dog when we got in there, and he's still the top dog. So
Hopefully that
you know,
answers your question.
yeah,
Abby, my
he's
weed
got
is exhausted. Now I'm on detox unintentionally. My drug dealer ran away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, yeah. Corona porn, Italy getting fucked by it. Dude, they have a lot of deaths. Their shit's going out of. They don't even they're just burning bodies. They don't even know where to put them. They're more like even in New York. Apparently, I read an article today that their morgues are filling up too. And then I read something else that on a good day, like if you're gonna get your the body cremated, these machines that cremate bodies, they only get to like 5 to 10 bodies a day anyway. Like
right.
regardless if this is corona or not. Because did you know, I didn't know this, that when your body gets cremated, it just burns the flesh off and your organs, it does not burn your bones. So when you get your urn, like if you get an urn with remains, they have to crush the bones up.
Oh,
They take them out and then they crush them because the bones don't burn.
I did not know that.
So yeah,
That's
you get some ash from like the burned flesh, and then you get
right.
crushed up bones in an urn, because the bones do not burn. Yeah, you just get skeleton. That's all you get. I didn't know that. Um,
That's that's
Daniel
pretty rough.
smoking weed for 6 months. Why do you see you're spreading rumors here? It's not true. It is not true. You guys are
It's
so
funny.
underrated. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Can you guys do a live RR motion poster reaction? I haven't figured out how we can both react to something yet, remotely or like. So normally I'd say yes, but no, we can't. Basically, there's a new video, a new thing that got released today. Um, I have some weed, but I'm afraid it won't last the lockdown period. Well, where are you at, Brainless Tumor? I don't know where you're at specifically, so I don't know how long your lockdown is.
All right, let's go back to porn real quick. Me Media, what porn stars do you suggest? I'm tired of the same shit. Um,
Gian can answer that. I can't.
because Daniel only watches the grimy, fuck people getting fucked in the back of an alley on a dirty mattress porn.
Not anymore. That was high school.
on a flip phone.
That was high
Um,
school.
so it's all like, you know,
I don't even know what that was.
it's just like, it's glitching. Um,
See, bro, I don't know
uh,
what you're watching for reals. I've never seen a glitch porn in my life. You must have struggle net.
no,
You must
no,
have been
when
watching
you
porn on Netscape or something, Net Zero, when fucking 10 kilobytes per second, and you had to download the whole porn, the 30-second
well,
preview for an hour and a
I
half.
never had to, bro. I had girls. Um, anyways, let's,
You had girls, but
you
yeah,
know,
you can drop porn star names. I'm waiting for you to drop them.
I'm trying to think. Daniel's into amateur stuff. Daniel might be into somebody called Made in Canarias.
I don't even want to look that up because
Um, that's amateur. You could check that out. I don't know. The turnaround on these porn stars is so fast. I couldn't tell you half the
just
names anymore. I don't
just
like those old
search,
MILF
just
porns.
search, just
Yeah,
search,
I think Pornhub's got
just
a pretty good search engine. You can pretty
just
much you
search and
put
hit random until you
you could
find one.
find Daniel cornholing Mexican hog 2015 and something will come up.
Not
So
me though, just another person named Daniel.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see
Exactly.
what else.
No, but let's get into let's these questions. We'll get to you guys later.
No, well, I mean, unless you have something else to talk about, I don't.
Yeah, I got plenty to talk about. Well, definitely for sure. So, have you guys been seeing these fitness challenges going on? The push-up challenge.
Nope.
Daniel can't do one push-up, so
I can do
he
plenty of
completely.
push-ups, and I still haven't seen the push-up challenge.
Well, because you're not on social media right now. I
Yeah.
don't think you can do plenty of push-ups, though. I think you're full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Well, I do
Do,
push-ups.
do them right now. Do them right now.
How am I gonna do it right now? I can't do it right now.
Guys, he can adjust his camera.
No, I can't. I have about fucking a foot and a half between the camera and the in my fucking closet right now.
Oh man. No, people have been doing this push-up challenge. This is like the lock-up challenge where they're, like the fucking ice bucket challenge bullshit. People are starting to do this push-up thing where they're having people film push-ups. And nobody challenged me. Actually, Faisal kind of challenged me, or he told me to get in on it. But
Challenge me. I'll do it. I'll send you the video, and you can do whatever you want with it.
sure, Daniel, I challenge you to do 30 push-ups,
In
push-up
one go.
challenge in one go.
All right. Beyond, I'll do that shit right after this video. Right when we finish recording, I'll send it to you. How do you want them done?
Real push-ups.
No, I know, but how do you want them done? You want like diamond, just regular, like
Just regular push up. Your chest has to hit the ground.
I don't think it counts if your chest hits the ground. I don't think it's
No, no,
supposed to
no.
hit the
It
ground.
doesn't count if your chest doesn't hit the ground.
I don't think it's supposed to hit the ground.
It's supposed to hit the ground,
I
man.
don't think it's supposed to. I think you're supposed to get extremely
Trips.
close to the ground, but the whole point is to not hit the ground.
Mm.
Yes, because your body's holding your body up as opposed to like you get that half
Never.
second rest.
You just started working out for the first time in your life like 2 weeks ago,
Okay, I'll
and now
still
you're
do it.
trying to talk to me like
I'm
you're a
just saying
fucking
I don't
pro.
think it's supposed to hit the ground. I could be
Anyways,
wrong.
I bring up the story because I decided to do some push-ups today, and then the baby decided that he wanted to help by getting on my back, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, I can't do push-ups. I did three with him on my back,
Well, you can't.
and
You probably could do 5 without him on your back.
oh okay, this guy.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna do 30 right after we finish this video.
Daniel will do 30 push-ups in 30 days, maybe. I'm still not sure about it.
Do a simple plank for 1 minute. Now we're talking. See, now if you said to do chin ups or pull ups, then no, can't even do one. That's my goal in life, is to do like a series of 5 in a row uninterrupted. I've always struggled. I could never do the monkey bars. Like going to playgrounds, just my cousins would just be like literally like fucking monkeys just going around. I would just go on the slide. That's it.
You couldn't even do the monkey bars.
No, never. I've never done the monkey bars once in my life. I'd grab on and then I'd fall. I mean, also I have my hands are a disadvantage to be fair, but I have also no upper body strength when it comes to that. Can't can't deny it.
Well, and if you want to do the Gian challenge, put 40 pounds on your back and then see how many you can
Well,
do.
I do push-ups with the with resistance bands. So
I
technically
don't
I
even know what that means.
you have the resistance bands. You can put the resistance bands in a way where you can pull the resistance on your back. So when you're pushing up, you have more resistance.
Sounds like some bullshit to me.
Okay, whatever. I'm just telling you that's what I do.
You sound like a liar.
Okay. I can't do 30 with that, but I can do 30 regular with nothing for sure.
Well, we'll see. It's
Uh
going up.
let's see.
It's
Guys,
going up on Instagram, guys.
we're getting off topic. Corona is a topic, not fitness. Well, technically, fitness is important to surviving Corona. I feel like. I think
But
it's.
did you hear the latest Rogan with Burt Kreischer?
Nope.
Um, who's that half Korean, half black? Michael Yo. Michael Yo got coronavirus and he almost died in the hospital.
Well,
Like they had to put him on a fucking respirator. Uh, was hospitalized for a fucking week with it. Like that, it was fun. Like Rogan opens it up with that. Like yeah, I was taking it. He basically implied that he really wasn't taking it serious until he heard about Michael Yo. Because now it's like somebody within his actual circle that he knows personally, and the guy's like super fucked up.
yeah, and he
But
was just on his podcast too.
yeah, it was fucking scary shit, man.
Well, just goes to show you that it's real. Well, it depends on who you ask. I mean, literally, I have people telling me that it's just a scare tactic to control the people and fucking
Oh,
whatever else.
dude, my brother kind of went conspiratard on me today, this morning. He sent me this link. I'll
See,
send it to you
this is why
through
I'm
the
glad I'm
chat
not on
actually.
fucking social media. I don't have
No,
time for
this he
that.
texted me this. He
No, I
texted me
know. I'm
this.
just saying, but I'm sure that's not the only fucking thing that's out there. I'm just glad I'm not for that. I'm just tired of all that shit. Your whole perception on how you view shit totally is dependent on social media now. I've come to realize that. Like I'm not gonna lie, I feel disconnected. Like push up challenge or whatever the fuck, whatever you're talking about. But it's like,
Sorry, dude, it's Mohan D. I challenge you to do 3 push-ups with Daniel on your back.
yeah, do that.
I can't do it. Oh shit. Oh man.
Okay, so
But
summarize this. Summarize this because I have it up on the screen right
okay.
now.
So this is people's jobs. There's people out there that the only thing they do is study these type of diseases, and their job is to predict when it's going to hit so that they can come up with some sort of prevention for it, right? Like, so I mean, I get it. I can kind of understand why someone would think it's a conspiracy, but at the same time, it's like no, because there's people that this is their job, right? So I don't know.
I don't think it's a conspiracy. It's their fucking job to make up shit. Like, if they were right all the time, they'd be fucking gods and they would be the number one. They would be at the forefront of
Right.
everything. Like, fucking, this is
Everything's
the one situation that happened. They nailed it. Like, I think that's. It's just like, it's like Spielberg calling out that comic book movies are the western of today, and that they're eventually gonna, blah 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 X Y and Z, or he predicted that it's going to take a series of bombs for the whole industry to collapse. And you could argue that right now that's exactly what's going on, except no movies are bombing. There's just no fucking movies out there.
It's
No one's
fucking
making money.
a disease bomb.
I'm just saying, like, everyone makes predictions. You and I make predictions. Fucking people didn't even think Trump was gonna get elected,
Wait, are you saying that Birds of Prey is the reason why this whole pandemic is happening? Because now it kind of makes sense.
I mean, I didn't say that. Did someone in the comments
Steven
say that?
Spielberg was fucking right, bro.
Faraz, $2 trillion stimulus passed in the Senate. Are you guys going to get cash? No one's getting cash. People are getting checks. And I know my mom will. I don't know about me, to be honest. Um,
Yeah,
Shabam,
it's a.
hey, why are beaches in the U.S. Full for spring break? Because people are retarded. That's why. And now you're getting people like recanting and apologizing for saying dumb shit and being kids. I don't know. Kids are kids, man, and fucking whatever. Like that's
I
fine.
think a
Look,
lot of
to be
well,
honest,
all of us
to be
except for
honest,
Daniel, all of us except for Daniel thought we were invincible until we hit a certain age.
and
Daniel's never thought he was invincible.
yeah, and and I've been thinking about it. Fucking whatever, dude. People are gonna die. They're gonna die. It is what it is. Like,
Well, I mean, I think the issue has less to do with them on the beach and more like the other people they're going to infect in the
I
community.
mean, it's not
That's
even. I don't kind of don't even blame the kids. It's like the fucking governor, like everyone in Florida. I mean, fucking
the president.
people aren't taking it serious, and so whatever. Fucking shit's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
listen, you guys, if you haven't, you should check out The Daily. It's a podcast by the New York Times, and they have like it's a 25-minute podcast every day. So far, everything is like obviously surrounded around the coronavirus. But the guy was talking, the guy that had on today. Oh, excuse me. The guy that had on today was talking about like had they been able to just shut down the country for 2 weeks, like legitimately mandatory lockdown for everyone for 2 weeks, that would have definitely flattened the curve and we'd be going in a good direction. But because
There's another prediction
every
though. No one fucking knows.
well, this is going off of like what South Korea was doing and what the other countries were doing. That's why he's basing it off of that. You know what I mean? I mean, it still might not have worked.
I,
The other difference as well is like why isn't this happening? Tony Singh Stark, are you saying we use the F word too much? Are you new to this channel? Are you? um,
keep going because I have questions that I'm queuing up. So
yeah, no, I mean, one thing for sure that makes us different than other countries is we're huge. We're not on top of each other the way, you know, you've been to Italy. You've seen the way they live. They're all real close
yeah,
quartered.
and they all smoke and they're all old. And the other thing too is I read an article about what's happening in India because everyone because I this is what's interested me most about streaming today is I want to hear from you guys how it's going on down in India because I think it's going to get bad. I think it's ridiculous if people don't think it's going to get bad. When you have that many fucking people, and literally I was reading articles like, yes, Modi was ahead of it and shut the country down like you said, but they don't have tests. They don't have enough testing. There's fucking people are already not paying attention and just going and doing whatever the fuck they want anyway. Just like us here. And I just, because even if it's like the whole thing when we talk about like when well maybe you haven't talked about it, but what I've seen on my Twitter when I was on Twitter, like I'd see things about Muslims in India that feeling disenfranchised, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to get into the politics, but I'm just saying like there's 400 million Muslims in India, and that's still not 10% of the country. So like even if 5% of the country got affected or whatever, that's
Mm-hmm.
still a lot of fucking people. So to make it seem like that's not gonna it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any
Right.
sense. And to make it seem like because I've seen this in our comments in some of the streams, like people just make it seem like India's great this, India has great that, and this has nothing to do with that. If you don't stay home and you don't know who's getting, if you don't stay home and you're not testing people, you're not going to really know how the spread is. And it's like Russia. Like Russia, there's been like 5 deaths in Russia. I'm making it up. But that's because they've been reporting all of their corona cases as like some fucking other. They don't even report it as corona. They just report it as like a flu or something for the stats, so they can just completely negate the whole thing. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting, and I just hope people take it serious. That's all. Because at the end of the day, it's better to take it serious and have it be for nothing than to not take it serious and then be dead.
Um, it's starting here in the U.S. You're starting to see more cases of younger people now in serious condition.
Well,
For the
today was the
record.
first day of someone under 18 dying from it in California. I
Like
didn't read about like if they had any sort of conditions or whatever, but
so my buddy lives out in that area, and he's saying they're trying to paint it as it wasn't corona related because the kid had some like prior issues.
well, I'm just
But
saying he did die and he did have it, so they
yeah,
can flaunt that.
absolutely.
Mohan
Well,
asks
there was
MMA match. Sorry, I just want to read comments too. Go ahead, finish your comment, and I won't cut you off. We sit at the same time.
um, what was I gonna say? Oh, back to that Rogan podcast. He was talking about like obviously they don't have enough data to confirm this, but they're saying like if you vape, you have a higher chance of like not get catching it, but if you catch it, you have a higher chance of going into critical condition if you vape.
According
Which
to
is
who?
why some says some doctors that Rogan was reading up
I
on.
don't fucking believe that.
Hey man,
Hey man, I don't believe that. Cuz there's no fucking research on it. Like there is no research on vaping. So like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's not.
okay. Listen, Captain Skeptic, this is going by the people who have been infected and have had the worst problems in the hospital. It seems like there's a correlation
Oh
between
really?
the ones that vape the most.
They're doing vape surveys?
They ask them if they smoke. They ask them these questions. Have you never been to a hospital? They ask you every single question under
I've
the
never
fucking
been
sun. Do
asked
you
if
drink?
I've
Do
never
you
been asked
smoke?
if I
Do
would
you vape?
I've
They ask you, dude. I just went to that pain doctor for the lawyer, and every single one of those things was on the question they asked me.
not
Every
vaping.
single one of those. Do you vape? They ask, do you vape? Do you smoke? Do you drink? How often do you do drugs? The whole thing. They try to ask you for everything. So yeah, when someone goes into the emergency room in fucking poor condition, they fucking ask them. And then also they've noticed that people that are A blood types seem to be having a harder time than people who
I
are
don't
O
even
blood
know what my
types.
blood type is, to be honest with you.
Daniel got mad because he's a vapor and he's fucked if he gets sick and he doesn't want to get fucked. That's why he got upset right now.
No, that's not true. Honestly, I don't give one shit about getting coronavirus or not. I only care about if I get it that I give it to my mom. That's it, to be honest. I honestly don't care. If I get it and die, whatever, fuck it. I'm kind of like um what Dana White was saying. But we can talk about that when we get there. But no, I only care about my mom if I get it. I personally don't care at all. Um but back to the well, what was your point about the vaping thing?
No, I'm saying that they haven't done a study because there's not enough data, but he's bringing up that they've noticed a correlation between it,
Yeah, but that's
between the people that seem to be having the most issues and the younger people are the people that have vape a lot. They're seem that like when it gets into their lungs, it's starting to mess them up more than other people. Because there's people like I know 2 people who are infected,
you
and
know two
they're at
people?
home. I know 2 people now who have been infected.
Who?
Yeah, did we talk about my buddy Jared in Hawaii? I told you about it.
The one who did my score?
I totally told you about it, and
No, you
I think you
fucking
even talked.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
I know
I
you didn't.
absolutely fucking did. I absolutely
The one
did.
who did my score for Mimes Tale.
Yes, Jared. Yeah, he has it.
You did not tell me. What happened? Or tell me the details.
I fucking totally told you about
No,
it.
you didn't. Why would I
Um,
act surprised about it? I've never fucking heard this. I didn't even know you knew people who had it. let alone fucking two.
Yep, I know two people. Yeah, Jared had a nasty head. He said it felt like he had a nasty head cold. This was like mid-February. So he had a nasty head cold, and that lasted for about 4 days. And then after that, he just had this cough, this like lingering cough that wouldn't go away. And it was 4 weeks. He said he had it for 4 weeks when finally he went to the doctor.
How is he now?
He said the cough is still there, but he's feeling a lot better. But he tested positive. His daughter and his wife tested negative, so they didn't get it. But they're also starting to get sick now, and they were super sick before. So there's a chance they had it, gave it to him, and he potentially gave it back to them.
Yeah,
But
because
they're
you can
not gonna.
get it twice apparently.
Yeah.
I was just funny. I mean, it's not funny. I didn't know. You didn't tell me this, but I was looking at stats today, and I was like, how the fuck did people get it in Hawaii? Like who? And then like that's fucking because like their numbers are real low, and I'm like, man, who was flying to like China? Like how did Hawaii? How did it get to Hawaii? Hawaii's in the middle of the fucking ocean. I mean,
Well,
obviously,
there's a
no. I
lot
mean,
of
I know.
Chinese.
No, I
Yeah.
know. I know that it's possible, but in my mind, I'm like, it's so remote. You would think that on a remote ass island, you're fucking not safe, but like you can have a sigh of relief.
We the podcast, the daily I was listening to today, it was talking.
Is it appropriate to reach out to him?
Yeah, go for it, man. I mean, he didn't.
Well, I'd have to go on Facebook to do it, which is
Oh,
fine.
I thought you still had his phone number. Um,
Well, we communicated through email actually.
okay. Yeah, no, I found out about it because he commented on one of my posts when Mark was trolling. Because Mark is still like,
And he's like, "Not funny, I have it."
yeah. Well, no, he actually said that a lot more people have it. Mark was trying to argue that it's not that serious because a lot more people have it that haven't been confirmed yet. So that means that the percentage of deaths is actually even lower. That's what he was trying to argue. And then Jared commented like, "Yeah, he's right. There's a lot of people who have it that haven't been because I'm one of them. I tested positive like 4 days ago or something." And then I immediately texted him. I was like, "What the fuck? You caught the Rona?" And yeah, then we talked for a little bit. And he told me like how he went through it, and how he's going through it now. And, um, like it pretty much went. So a lot in Hawaii, they thought it was the flu. So there's a lot of people who they thought they had a regular flu and ended up having it. And I don't know what the death rates are in Hawaii for it to be official now either. Because that's the other thing is like you might get it now and you might die 6 weeks later, depending on how bad you get it. You know. But he definitely said it wasn't fun.
I
And
would
then,
assume not.
and then my friend's husband tested positive yesterday for it, and now she tested positive as well. So actually, I technically got three people. So now they're quarantined in their house. Um,
Now I'm starting to rethink about because I just got asked to shoot next week. Maybe I shouldn't go shoot next week.
I mean,
It's fun.
the problem is,
It's the
look,
fucking. The problem is the
you don't
money.
know
That's the
what's,
problem. That's the
yeah.
problem.
Well, I told you sign up for Instacart, man.
I don't know what that is, but
Doing grocery deliveries.
we could talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Let's read some of the chat. So, I had a question queued up earlier, and then then it went down. But it was basically about Khabib versus Tony Ferguson being canceled. It's not gonna get canceled. I don't know what the question was specifically. Sorry, but it was about that. Yeah, they're
Look,
basically gonna
I think
he's all but confirmed, and it sounds like he's doing what I fucking wished and I was hoping for. The three cards that got canceled the last few weeks, it's sounding like he's getting those fights to put it on. He wants to make a huge fucking card. It's a smart business move because everybody and their mother's gonna buy it if everyone's fucking home, and technically that's before the quarantine ends. So like I'll buy it, but he wants to put the I don't know why I'm fucking forgetting his name right now. I don't know why. Ngannou versus the other guy. I can't pronounce his name, but I've been watching him. He's been knocking everybody out. He's basically like an Ngannou type. So like the fight's gonna end in like 30 seconds, but it
oh
should.
the fat dude
No, he's
from
not
like
fat. He's not fat. He's another. I don't know if he's African. He's from like one country that like only one or two fighters have ever like fought from, or
He's
he might
from
be the
he's
only one.
he's he's from Cape Verde.
But he's not fat, not at all. And they're like just two big dudes. And I've watched every single one of his fights in the UFC, and he's been wrecking. Literally, like just it's like Ngannou Part Two. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited, and there maybe even the Tyron Woodley fight might be on there too. Oh, Bricken donated through the super chat. Gian, you have a question.
Oh shit!
Do you think NBA is gonna come? Oh fuck, it went away.
No, I read it. Gian, do you think NBA is going to come back in September and compete with the NFL? I know NBA desperately wants a season so they can cover their losses. Um, if this ends in time, I think they're going to go right into the playoffs. I think they're going to go directly into the playoffs and try to wrap up before NFL starts. Because once NFL comes around, it's a wrap. Like, no, I don't want to say nobody cares about NBA. Obviously, it's a big sport, but NFL rules, football rules all.
But but if this is still going on come NFL season, NFL ain't having any games.
But I mean, no one's having any games.
No, I know. So I'm saying, so there's no competition at that point.
Right.
But then it begs the question: do these people start playing in because do they pull a Dana White? Is it possible to pull a Dana White? No, right? Because there's just too many people on the teams.
Yeah, there's way too many people on the teams, and
Even
yeah,
with
it's just
baseball, maybe you might be able to get away with baseball. No, because you have
it's just
25-man rosters, so no, because it that yeah no yeah see so there'd be nothing. So that's why the UFC is that's why Dana wants to make this like a big ass card and not just have it be Tony Ferguson and Khabib. Because I think it's smart. If I was in his shoes, I'd want to have a when those fights got canceled, I was genuinely bummed out because I was like, oh
the
cool, we're on lockdown and something I can actually. And he even said like we're gonna make up those cards and if they're on a Wednesday, a Friday, whatever, it doesn't matter. But why do you think they're gonna go to the playoffs? How many games have they been play? How many games did they have in before it got cut
well,
out?
they got like 30 games left in the regular season, and the regular season doesn't mean anything. So they're already like the because of the way people have been moving around the league now, like basically coming together to start superstar teams. The ratings have gone into the shitter. Like people aren't watching it. They weren't watching the regular season games. The Warriors not being good has really affected the season as well because the Warriors were super popular. Even if like you didn't like them, like you tuned in to because you hated them and want to watch them lose. You know what I mean? So it's like I just feel like the regular season was already kind of a loss, and the
So who's the
playoffs is when
favorite?
people
Lakers
tune
then?
in. Uh I mean, I think it's between the Lakers and the Clippers for sure.
What do you think about
Um,
Clippers buying the Forum?
I think it's a pretty cool move. I think that's smart, especially because they're going to be right there, right next to the Rams. That's not a bad idea at all.
What do you think about traffic?
Well, traffic is going to suck. I'm hoping eventually they're gonna have a light rail that goes there. Expand the metro.
Well, I guess we got to get through Corona first, right?
Yeah, I mean they're still working on the Ram Stadium as far as I know,
I know. I think Garrity actually is a part of that team.
and he's all pissed off.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I should text him. I haven't
The
done that.
problem with all this stuff is that you can't, you don't know where people are going after work. Are they going straight home? Probably
Dude,
not.
when I went to Arizona, people were driving like, I mean, people drive from L.A. to Diamond Bar and beyond every day to go to work and back. Like that's a long ass fucking drive. There's just so I don't know. I'm just saying because that's that freeway, the 91, all that over there. That's why I brought that up. Sunny asked from how many days social distancing and lockdown is happening in U.S. So the state of California is locked down until February 19th. I mean, excuse me, April 19th, not February 19th, April 19th. Um, as far as the country goes, I don't know. If you believe Trump, the country will be back open in April, the first second
Well,
week of April
it's
by Easter.
what he said exactly was that he'd like everything to go back because
Well, he said two
he
statements. The first one was very much like we're gonna be open on Easter, And
I
then
heard,
the
I
second one was
heard,
like a recanting of like,
yeah, I listened to it, and I can see why people interpreted it the way they are, for sure, because it definitely sounded like, this country is dependent on business and this, that, and being open and being closed is, so we need to get back open. We need to open stuff back up. And it's like, I feel like I don't this I wish we knew an economist or someone that studied economics to really break this down for us. Because for me, I just don't get it. I don't. If the whole world is shut down,
well, that's what advisors are telling him right now. That it's like
yeah, like how the fuck
it's better to take one big hit than to restart and to take multiple hits.
right?
Because that's what's going to happen. We don't have enough tests right now. Period. 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 It doesn't matter if
No,
we go back to work or not. People are still going to get infected, and that's the issue. People are still going to start. Those numbers are still going to populate CNN, Fox, Facebook, Twitter, all of it. I guarantee it. So that means people are going to want to get tested. And I guarantee you, if like, let's say everything's fine in a month. Let's just some miracle happens, and in a month everything's like back to normal. Let's just say if you and I get the flu in a month and a half, I guarantee we might think, oh, maybe we should get tested. You know, it's not like it's
right?
magically going to be like, oh, the curve's over now, so it's fine. Like people are still going to want to get tested. So that's what I'm saying. These tests are going to come into the country. They're going to flood the country. And so the moment those numbers start to go up, regardless if you die or not, is what's going to scare people. I mean, we should be thankful that the coronavirus isn't like a SARS or whatever was had like a 34% death rate or some shit. Like,
I mean, we should be thankful that it's not making the skin fucking peel off our faces and shit like that. Like
well, some people pay for that. It's called going to a spa.
with that fucking the salt scrubs.
Yeah.
I saw Ricken asked what we think about the new LA Rams logo, so I sent it to you.
Well, first, before we get to that, because I don't know why might not be able to show it on the screen because apparently every time I go to show the screen, the audio doesn't show up, even though on my streaming software it says that the mics are on. I don't know why. Um, he asked about Cat though. We've had a few questions about Cat, so maybe we can get to
Um,
that instead.
uh, so Uncle Cat is Uncle Cat is doing his best to keep his shit together. I can tell that he is definitely worried because basically his business is shut down and he is running it illegally per se for the stuff
Allegedly,
that's going allegedly. He's allegedly running it illegally. Um, and the mayor of LA actually
you wouldn't
said something
know
today.
because you tried to go to a store and it was closed.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
tried to go to the store. It was closed. But the mayor of LA said today that any businesses that are remaining open, if they find out, they're going to cut their power and water, um, which is kind of crazy. Uh, it's not kind of crazy. It's super crazy.
It's crazy because that just goes to show you that they don't trust people and that people are breaking the law because you should you should be able to keep the power on your business on and water because maybe you live there, maybe you fucking like whatever, maybe maybe you shoot your podcast out of there, and maybe Cat can, maybe if they fuck with Cat they can tell him that no, I shoot a podcast out of here, it's essential. And maybe he does that
Yeah.
now. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, so I'm just saying. Like, I think it's kind of, but at the same time, though, I think it's very good to be proactive about it and to really take it serious. I'd rather people take it serious. I'm glad that I live in California right now because the state's gonna take it serious, and they're gonna take it serious now. Oh, got a super
Uh,
chat.
super chat.
Let's
Is that
see.
like linked to an article or
Andrew
no?
Cuomo, New York has 15 times coronavirus cases of California because, quote, we welcome people. I
Okay, so let me answer this one first.
Go ahead.
This is the reason why New York would have 15 times the cases of California is because they are the architecture of New York is very similar to that of Europe. And you got to remember, New York is one of the oldest cities in the U.S. So everybody lives on top of each other the same way they do in Europe. Apartments, everyone's real close to each other. It's just they got, LA's got allegedly 10 million people, which is probably a lot more than that
It's more
because
than
of,
that.
because of the illegals. But officially on the last census, it was 10 million, and New
I
York's
think it's
got more
more, but
people.
I'll confirm that. But keep going.
Um, but yeah, New York, everybody lives on top of each other. Everybody's right next to each other. So it would definitely, it's an international city as well. It would definitely spread there faster than here because even though LA has so many people, there's still distancing that we have.
Well, we drive. It's that simple. We drive.
There's that too. We don't take the subway either. The
This,
public transportation here is
well,
terrible.
no, I
So
don't even mean I don't even mean public transportation like that. I mean like a lot of people in New York City, especially the city proper, they don't drive. They don't have a car because they just take the metro everywhere. They take the subway system and that's the most efficient way to do it, and they walk. But if anyone's ever been to New York, unless you're walking at like past 8 or 9 o'clock, at night, you're usually
yeah,
walking shoulder to shoulder with people.
you're breathing on people's necks.
So the fact that it's spread so much there, it doesn't surprise me at all. But it's I don't know. It's kind of like how India, like I was saying earlier. There's just no fucking way that shit doesn't spread. There's just no way. There's just no way. Unless people take it
Unless,
seriously. That's really what it comes
unless
down
they're
to.
serious, yeah.
And they get tests. They get tests. Because Modi did the right thing for shutting the country down. 100%. I don't know how. I'm very curious to know how the economy in India is going to do as a result of this. I do wonder if that means like what's being shut down specifically, or is Apple's new iPhone shop going to get shut down? I'm serious. Like, are like like I don't know what clothes manufacturers are out of India, but I'm sure fucking Levi's and things like that. Like, so are those being affected right now? Because with China being down, I'm sure a lot of people maybe went to India for these things. I don't know. I'm very curious to know. That's something I would know. And then farming too. I mean, you can't really tell a farmer to stop farming, right? I mean, it's
And
just
they're not.
it's well. So that's the thing. I don't know what the total shutdown is. Like I don't know, but
Mhm.
he did shut the country down for things like that. So I don't know what the
Well, you guys
specifics
can
are.
let us know in the comment section too. Like, what's the lockdown? Like, is it just like the major metro areas, or is it the entire country? You know, makes a big difference because here, for sure, if you look at the numbers, the more spread out rural areas still haven't been really hit very hard, if at all. But it's just a matter of time. Eventually, it's
Yeah,
going to
because
get
people are
there.
gonna travel. They're gonna go visit their family.
Yeah,
Blah blah
you know.
blah. Light says Modi is conning 1.3 billion people, trolling level infinity. You're gonna have to say why, otherwise that comment doesn't help. Faraz says, Daniel, it's going to be survival of the fittest in India. India isn't testing enough, and poor people have been simply left to die. Only positive is that it doesn't spread as much in hotter climates. Is that true? I've never read that. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just curious. I didn't know that.
I mean, that's the rumor. They say like Australia doesn't seem to have as many cases, and it's summertime in Australia. You haven't heard about as many cases in South America either because it's summer.
Global warming! Maybe global warming will save us from coronavirus if that's the case. Uh, Rahul Ray says trader community are discussing about boycotting Chinese products and companies. Any more details on that? An article link would be great too. I'd love to read more about that stuff. Will USA continue to give more visas to Chinese after this lockdown? Absolutely, of course.
Absolutely. Listen, the
China owns this
Chinese,
country. Let's not even
yes,
pretend.
yes, the Chinese are single-handedly like funding 90% of the fucking universities here.
Yeah, so let's not pretend.
I'm
Uh,
gonna give you guys some numbers here. So for one of us to go to UCLA, it would have cost around $15,000 a year. Um, Anybody that's out of state is paying 60. They're paying four times as much as in state, and the majority of those people that are paying are
are from
Chinese
fucking
national.
Chinese people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're making a lot of yeah. No, they're not.
All right.
And not even to mention like people who are flying, pilots, whatever, whatever, whatever. So like people are coming here to do all these things.
I guess so. I actually gotta get going. The baby just woke up and
Okay.
came.
All right.
So,
We'll
uh,
we'll cut this one short.
all
You go ahead.
right.
You guys, you can go ahead and get out, and I'll wrap this one up.
All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.
All right. So I'm gonna just do a little more chat, just for a little bit, while Gian exited, just for a few more minutes, and then I'll also exit because I wanted us to do this, finish it out. But anyway, let's see. What do we have? What other questions do we have? Um, Avinash says, Daniel, essential shops like supermarkets, groceries, pharmacy, and gas stations, banks are only working. Everything else is in shutdown. Okay, so it's kind of like here in California. So it's not a complete total shutdown. It's okay. I didn't know, because it's not like people are reporting about India in America, especially what's going on with stimulus packages and all this other bullshit. Robbie Joel Hall, entire country is shut down except police, hospital, necessary services. Yeah, I just read. Um, Police and people are having good videos there. They are beating them just to scare them to remain inside. You should send me these videos. If you're not following us on our Reddit, please do so and send me these videos on Reddit. That's the only social media that I have right now. So if you want me to watch things, viral videos, whatever, memes, because I know his toss came in here earlier and asked for the meme review. No one submitted any memes. I'll post about this on the community page in a little bit. So definitely hit up our Reddit page and send things there. Uh, I seriously wonder how long the quarantine will be. I think it'll be as long as it needs to be honest. If the countries take it serious, it's as long as the numbers continue to rise and they rise exponentially, which is what they are currently doing now. The quarantines are gonna keep going because to remove the lockdowns is just gonna further make the problem worse. Um, Let's see. Rickon, if U.S. goes under countrywide lockdown, would citizen follow it or not? No. I feel like it's definitely more than 40% of the people are probably staying inside, just based on how. Because I've had to leave my house here and there to go drive to do X, Y, or Z, and just seeing the traffic, the amount of traffic that's not there anymore, there's definitely less people out in Los Angeles. So if I'm going to extrapolate that, yeah, I think so. And especially as the cases continue to come out and more celebrities get it and things like that, I think more people will start to take it seriously. But then you have another part of the country that's, with that likes Trump or likes what Dana White had to say about it. And basically, if I die, I die. Fuck it. I'm not going to be a coward. I don't want to stay in my house forever. People have that mentality. And as an American, I respect that because that's what it is to be an American. You have the right to do whatever the fuck you want. Now the thing is, if that starts to endanger other people, that's where it becomes an issue. So just to answer that, so will they follow it? Yeah, some will, some won't. But that's everywhere. That's literally everywhere, no matter where you are. And unless you're literally in fucking North Korea, I think that might be one of the only countries where, you know, that's just not gonna happen. So, um, let's see. Let's keep going back down to the questions. India's economy is already fucked up, and now Modi's gonna put blame on coronavirus. Yeah. Uh, we'll see though, because the coronavirus is really fucking up this country's economy right now. So India's economy might have been shit already, and this might make it extremely shit. Or it could have been good and it goes to shit. I'm just saying right now, as it stands, even if things were to magically stop tomorrow, that would be the only way to save our country's economy right now. We're already in a recession, and when America goes into a recession, the world suffers. And since this is a worldwide thing going on, this is a real pandemic, the economy, all the economies are fucked. Just that's just going to be the truth, unfortunately. At least that's my opinion. I'm not a what the fuck do I know? I could step outside to get my ass beaten. Rahul, if you do that, make sure to record it. I'd like to see it. Um, Oh, I got a super chat. I guess I didn't. I'll get to that now. Let's see. What is it? What did it say? From Niraj. Why did you stop using social media? Um, for a few reasons. Just kind of got tired of it. Um, didn't really just, on the iPhone it has like the timer app where it shows you like, oh, like the screen time app. It says like you've used your phone X amount of hours per day or whatever, and just seeing that number kind of got to me. And then I don't know. I started with one. Like Facebook was the first one to go, and then I realized, oh, wait, oh, I don't really need Facebook. Like the moment I got off Facebook, I noticed I started to not get into political arguments as much. I'm like, oh, okay. And then so it just kind of went from there, and then Instagram, the Twitter. It's like as much as I like seeing funny things, it's just what's it really adding to my life. So on one hand, like I miss it a little bit the last few months because like I would like the fucking funny videos. Like I want to go on the funny videos, but then I just it's not worth it. It's just not. It's not worth it. Let's see. Has my mic not been working this whole time? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Because it says right now that it's not saying anything, but I'm not getting any levels. Are you guys hearing me? I just want to double check. Your mic is fine. Okay. Sorry, my like the levels stopped showing up, and I thought, oh no, I've been talking to myself and no one's been listening. Um. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Luck Anus asked, at least 60 daily cases in the past 5 days. Total corona cases in India stood at 649 on Thursday, with 593 active cases, 13 deaths, 43 cured. Yeah, and that's just today. I mean, it's like I said, it's I think it's gonna get worse, and that's just where we're at right now. Let's see. Are Chinese our new blacks of U.S.? No, that's will people be racist towards Chinese now? No. I think when this was just a China thing, I think definitely there was a rise in like, oh look, there's a Chinese person. Like I told a story to Gian about how when I went to the Grand Canyon, there was like Koreans, like even Koreans were making fun of Chinese people. So it's just like, but now that it's a pandemic and it's everywhere, everyone's kind of afraid of everyone. Like I don't really care what you look like, you could have coronavirus. So to me, there's no more racial thing stigma attached to it. Um, that's but if people let me put it to you this way, I feel like unless you're white people, everyone has their day in this country. I mean, the Muslims had their time, the blacks, the Mexicans, like the Chinese, like the Chinese already had their time when they built the railroads for this country. So I mean, like there's already like everyone has been disenfranchised and oppressed. So there's that's why we can keep going. There's a lot of, we could talk about here, but oh, I got another super chat, but I can't see it. That's not good. Well, I need to see where it won't show me the super chat. That is not. That's lame. Um. Well, I'm sorry that it did that. Let's see. Have you heard about hantavirus? No, I don't know what that is. What is that? Zangier Dewar, pick one. I'd have to think about it. I would pick one. I'd have to think about it though. It depends. Depends on the mood. Would Jackie Chan survive? Would he survive what? The coronavirus? Probably. Um, Tell us about Chinese railroad stuff. What do you want to know about the Chinese railroad? Ask me a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. What's your take on universities reducing their tuition since? Oh, Faraz, don't. Thanks for answering my questions. Oh, no problem. Anytime. You have good questions. Sorry if I don't get to all of them. When Gian and I are talking, it's hard to like throw in a question and then interrupt the flow of the conversation. Plus, Gian and I haven't done this like consistently enough, so we're still learning. But appreciate the questions. Let's see. Sorry, Rick, and I was gonna answer your question. I'm gonna just answer a few more questions, guys. Um, and then I'm going to probably game. So, do you guys, before I get to Rick's question, do any of you guys game out there? Like, you guys have Discord or anything like that? Because right now it's good gaming season. I don't know if you guys are playing Call of Duty, what you guys are playing out there. If you're interested in like squatting up and going and doing some shit together, I'd be interested. I'd be down. I don't know about you guys. Let me know. But Rickon, what's your take on universities reducing their tuition since classes are online? I actually didn't know that they're doing that. I think universities should reduce their tuition, period, regardless. I think college is way too fucking expensive. Way too fucking expensive. And I think this economy is actually going to really, since student debt is one thing that you cannot file for bankruptcy with in America, this current pandemic is going to potentially might cause the government to cancel student loan debt and things like that because there's going to be a lot of people who are it's going to be almost impossible for them to make their payments. I mean, really, like some people have to pay over $1,500 a month for 10 years. And depending on your plan, that by the end of it, you could be spending $2,000 a month to repay your student loans. And depending on if you went to, what you went to school for. Again, education in this country. Um, no real news coming out of China. I mean, is there really any news coming out of China? The only thing I believe out of China right now is eBay buyers. Like I'll buy some shit from eBay buyers from China. But in terms of news, like box office reports from movies, that's all I believe out of China. Everything I had to take with a grain of salt. And you got to thank the American government for instilling that in me. I'm thinking about watching Breaking Bad. Oh, Jack, I saw this question earlier. Definitely watch it. It's my favorite television series of all time. I mean, technically, The Sopranos is the greatest television series of all time, and so it's so good. It's in like the heaven of TV where no shows even come close to comparing to it. So I don't even bother to compare anything to it. Right below that is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is like the best dramatic um, show in my opinion. Period. So if you haven't checked it out and you're on lockdown right now, now's the time to watch it for sure. Watch all Breaking Bad. Then if you have Netflix, watch the movie El Camino, and then watch Breaking. I mean, sorry, then watch Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is also good, but watch Breaking Bad first. Just a few more. I'm gonna do this for like 3 more minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Gian wanted to talk about Call of Duty. We'll talk about Call of Duty on the next one because Gion's never played before. He's never played battle royales, and so yeah, let's we'll talk about it. We'll save that. Wii Sports. I don't have a Wii, although having a Wii right now would probably be good for some workouts. I don't know. Why is Trump very arrogant, not listening to healthcare experts? That's a political discussion. That's too much time for 3 minutes. Daniel, when are you gonna watch Mani Ratnam films in the same form you watched the '70s? I've been watching a bunch of films lately. Actually, I just finished Vostok: The Reality. Um, I'm watching Khaki right now. Actually, I was just watching it before we started streaming. That one's pretty funny. Actually, I'm enjoying that a lot. Uh, more than more than I thought. Young Akshay Kumar is like pretty fucking good. I he's stealing the show in all of the movies. I mean, all the movies, in all of the scenes in the movie. But yeah, so expect some reviews coming out soon for these movies. Um, they are not reducing it. Oh, okay. I thought they were reducing it, Rick. And sorry, I must have misread what you wrote. Minecraft. I've actually never played Minecraft. Abby, WrestleMania companion. I've been talking to Carlos and Gian about it. I don't know if Gion's gonna want to do it now. I didn't know he knew people who actually had coronavirus, and he has a kid and a wife. So, if he doesn't want to do it, I totally understand why. So maybe Carlos and I will do it, and maybe he can Skype in, and he can do it remotely, and we can all watch it somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'd like to do it, especially it's going to be a 2 night event. Um, let's see. Putin versus Trump. Who would win in an MMA match? Putin. Putin is a black belt in sambo. I think like he actually has combat. And you look at Putin. Putin definitely has killed somebody. He's killed people. Like he's had to have killed people. I don't mean like he's had people killed. I mean he's probably been the one to kill people in his life. I just let's be honest. Um, let's see. We were going to stream it like this and watch it on our TVs. Let's see. So Gian, there you go. Boom. Now Carlos and I might watch it together in the same place though, because I don't know how we're gonna. We'll see though. We're gonna figure it out. Will rich people donate money to help economy instead of two trillion taxes of people? No, of course not. Bill Gates Foundation going to inject vaccine and nanochip in your body. Watch Gray State trailer. I don't know what that is. The trailer, I mean, but I doubt that. I will join it too for WrestleMania companion. Sweet, sick. That's fun. Um, let's see. Is Special Ops worth it? Should I buy Hotstar Premium just for that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, I do know what that is, but I've never used the service. Is what I meant to say. Right now, I just have Amazon and Netflix, and Amazon has plenty of like Indian films, and so does Netflix. And plus, D&T sends me films and shit like that, so I can watch to review. So I'm personally fine. If you want him to help you find things, you can always reach out to him. I'm sure he'll help you out as a longtime friend of the show, Rickon. Just have to reach out to him. Can you give your Discord link to join? Yes, I will. I'll do it in a community post, not on this chat. That way everyone can see it. Um, I, for some reason, cannot see Niraj's last question. Oh, how's Carlos doing? Uh, he's also struggling, as kind of like Kat. Um, where it's just his business is kind of he's closed. That's the best way to put it. So I mean, he's fine though. Last I talked to him, I need to check in with him. I usually check in with him every few days. Um, but yeah, I he's had to close his business down, so it's kind of sucks. Um, Amazon Prime is killing Netflix, Family Man, Afsos. I just saw that like I saw it on the thing. Is that show good? I'm just curious to check it out. But anyway, guys, is coronavirus some sort of blow war on USA? No, I don't think so. All right. Well, I'm going to head out now. So it was fun talking to all you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks to everybody who sent us a super chat today. Sorry Gian had to leave. He has baby G to always deal with first, and so I totally understand that. But hopefully he'll be on for the next one. And we're gonna keep doing these. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them, and please join the Reddit page. All the links will be in the community page. I'll post them in a few hours or maybe tomorrow sometime. But join that to send memes so we can do meme reviews on these live streams as well. And yeah, stay safe. Pay attention to lockdowns. Don't do anything stupid. Just think with your fucking head. Assume that the threat is real until it's not. That's really how you should go about it. But at the same time, if you want to go do and live your life, whatever, man. Just know that if you're young, if you're someone like my age, and you might survive through the coronavirus, especially like I know a lot of Indians, they also live with their family, and you got to worry about that shit too. You don't want to infect auntie and fucking everybody else and just fuck the whole family up because you want to be the one that's irresponsible. I'm not saying any of you guys in the chat. I'm just saying anyone who decides to watch this at any point. I think you got to think smart for the time being, as much as it's gonna suck. But all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one, and I'm logging out.